So are you in the MLM gutter? What do I mean by that? Well, you know, like when you go bowling, you have those gutters either side. I hope I'm using the right word, of the bowling alley, and it's just not where you want to be. And if you stay there, you're never going to score any points. You're never going to knock any pins down, right? This is how a lot of network marketers are going through their network marketing. I don't even want to call it a career, just network marketing experience, which is a painful one. So let's find out if you're there and what you can do to get out of it so you can actually start to make some progress in your business. I've definitely been there myself, so I'm speaking from personal experience. So the MLM gutter is when you're just kind of laid, almost like prone, like waiting for something to come and save you. And of course, that's not going to I don't know what I'm looking at. That's not going to happen in real life, is it? Like, once you become an adult, there very rarely is someone going to save you. Like, a mentor and a guide can help you, can offer out a hand, like, can say, hey, come with me, or I can show you a different way. But you've got to be willing to kind of sit up or roll over and grab the hand and pull yourself out. It's 50-50, right? A mentor can't scoop you up, stick you over the shoulder, walk up, grab down, grab the ball and bowl for you. And this is what a lot of network marketers is kind of expecting. And I get it, right? We live in a world where there's so much as an individual, there's so much pressures. If you think about the average life, right? Look at social media these days. Right? This never existed even a couple of decades ago. And what you've got is this snapshot constantly, this feed of everybody's doing better than you. Right? Everybody's offering you a different opinion. Everybody's got an opinion on everything that you do. It's so much more negative information for you to carry around with you, whether you think you are or not you are, once you've seen it, right? It goes into the subconscious brain. We've got financial pressures, right? There was a time where if you couldn't afford it, right, that's meant to be an L, you couldn't afford it, you didn't get it. Nowadays, credit cards, loans, debt management, there's like 50 different ways to get into more debt, and people are carrying around this financial pressure of they see what they want over here, they try and stretch themselves to get it, or maybe their circumstances change, and now they're just working to pay off interest, and it's just a mess, which never would have happened in the old days, as it were. Then we have relationships, right? And our role as an individual. I've just made that word up, whatever. Just being a person, right? Let's put people. Like, a man should be this, a woman should be that. Like, there's just so many pressures on an individual these days just to exist and just to kind of move through their daily life that weren't around before. I don't know about if you agree with me, but looking around, there's just like, you've got to be in this shape because of all the media. You've got to behave with this way. You've got to be kind in this way, but not too kind. And I just think it's very difficult nowadays to navigate the average kind of day-to-day life. And then we also have our self-view. Depending on your parents, depending on if you were bullied at school, depending on how you view what you look like compared to what you're supposed to, or I say supposed to, like, we have these feelings and thoughts about ourselves, and we kind of box ourselves in. I'd like to do that, but man, I'm not capable of doing that. Or I'd love that success, but man, me, really? Can I even do that? I don't even think I'm worth X, Y, Z, let alone A, B, C, right? And this is all happening on a day-to-day basis, and we throw into the mix becoming a successful network marketer. So what happens with all those pressures and all this external information and all this self-confidence that goes down? I see people asking all sorts of questions in like forums and groups and things like that, which they really need to be able to answer themselves. And I get why they can't answer them. It's the stuff I just said, right? Self-belief and confidence is an all-time low for most people. So they're like, should I do this or should I do that? I need somebody to tell me. Like, should I make my logo blue or green? I need to wait for 15 people's opinions. Should I call one person or 5 people? Let me find out what 25 other people are doing first. Like, every single step is paralysis by analysis because of all this usual way that they make a decision, or they see all these opinions flying everywhere. And this is what puts you in the gutter. You end up stuck. You end up lied out flat in the gutter, needing to ask 25,000 questions, that's maybe an exaggeration, a lot of questions before you're even willing to make the first move. And if that's you, I want you to bring about the confidence to actually just try and make a move yourself. Because here's one of my favorite quotes, okay? Danger is real. Fear is a choice. Think about that. Danger is real. Fear is a choice. Most people, when they go in an airplane, they may be a little bit afraid. But it's probably one of the most safest ways statistically to travel. The journey from their home to the airport was much more dangerous. So right now, when they're sat in that plane and nothing's happening, they're afraid. That's a choice. There is no danger, right? You're sat in a plane. It's safer than the car that got you there. Like, why are you afraid? It's a choice. It's an emotion. I get why, but I'm just saying it's a choice. Now, if you're on that same plane and the engine blows up and it starts to decline, then that danger is real. And this is the same, even though that's an extreme example, that's the same in network marketing, right? Should my logo be blue or green? Is that dangerous? Is that if you make green and green is not as good as blue, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'll tell you the worst, no one's really going to care. They don't give a damn. They want to see what's behind that logo and what you can provide to them, right? It's fear. You're making this fear as a choice based off of your past experiences. So what I want you to do today to get yourself out of the gutter is I want you to think about some decisions that you've been procrastinating on that you are able to make a decision on because it's fear and not danger. Like, unless it's something dangerous to you or somebody else, make that choice so you can make some kind of progression. The worst case scenario is it's a mistake. You'll see it's a mistake and you'll learn that that's something to dismiss and now you can move on to the next option. Whereas when you're just slayed there in the gutter, waiting for someone to come and pull you out, you're not learning anything about yourself. You're not progressing in any way, shape or form, and your business is just going to remain stagnant. And it's painful watching everybody else bowl and you're not even in the game, right? One final thing. People say, well, can I just get a mentor and the mentor will take me out the gutter and guide me? You know, a mentor for me, it's a bit like being a parent. I had this conversation with my daughter the other day. It's a bit serious. She's 9 years old, but I'm a serious guy. And I talk to her like an adult, I guess. I always have done. So I said to her, we're having a discussion about something. And sometimes when you're a parent, you've got to do some difficult things, right? You just want to have fun all the time. You want to be loved as much as possible from your child. But then you're like, okay, I got to think and put the child first. So I said to Ava, I said, love, like the amount that I want you to love me, obviously I have that need as a father, has got to be less than my decision to be able to provide you with what you need to have the happiest life. Like, your safety and happiness comes above anything that I can receive from you. That's the way I view, and just my personal opinion, that a parent should be. Am I setting you up for happiness, success, whatever that is for you, and being safe? I said, so it's like being those guides on a bowling alley. That's where I got the idea from about the gutter. I said, I'm not going to bowl the ball for you ever. I'm not going to tell you what ball to pick. I'm going to be there to be like the buffers on the side. If you go too far off the track, I'm just going to try and guide you back to the middle. And I want you to be able to understand that that is just a bit of guidance and now it's up to you what you do with it. You can ignore it and bowl it straight into the buffers, but they'll not always be there and one day it'll be in the gutter. Or you can make an adjustment and say, well, next time I can go a little bit left. I didn't actually have to crash and go in the gutter to learn that because my parent was there to just help smooth those edges off. It's the same with a mentor. Like, a mentor can only really guide you and keep you on the track and stop you making a terrible mistake. Yes, strategy helps. Yes, giving you tips and tactics and stuff. Like, I've been in this game for 10 years now. I definitely can teach you some stuff that is based on what's working right now and what is working for a lot of other network marketers. But you've got to want it. Like, a lot of people say, I want a mentor, right? You may say this yourself, I want a coach, I want a mentor. But how truly sincere are you when you say that? It sounds good. Everybody says it. Everybody says they've got a mentor. Really, they just follow their page on Facebook. That's not being with a mentor, is it? They watch a couple of YouTube videos, which is a great start. Then they take it no further. They say they've got a coach or a mentor. They don't. What that just means is that they're just trying to distance themselves from taking the necessary steps. The mentor says, go do X, Y, Z. The guy or the girl says, I watched the video, I'll think about that step. That's not, can you see what I mean? You just need to be able to play a more active role in your own recovery and your own success. Definitely get a mentor. Definitely get coaching. It helps if it's from the right person. But understand that that's only a hand coming out to you. You've got to grasp the hand and pull yourself out. Understand it's only some temporary buffers, and those will go down. And if you've not listened and you're still bowling to the right, you're going to end up in the gutter. How sincere and how open are you really to progressing yourself, to doing the painful steps necessary to make it in the difficult game of network marketing? It's definitely worth it, I can tell you from personal experience, and it's definitely not easy, again, I can tell you from personal experience. I just want you to be aware that you have to play an active role in your recovery. I mean, if it is to be, it's up to me, is another one of my favorite quotes. So I want to give you some additional help if you're open to it. I have it's not even a web, it is a web class, it's a Facebook Live. If you're watching this, you may have a chance to watch it live, you may catch the recording. There's nothing, no charge, nothing for sale in the web class, and you don't even have to put your email or anything like that in. If you go to the link that's beneath this video, it'll be somewhere in the description area. It's richardmatharoo.com/on track. You'll see all the information about what we're going to cover in that session, and you'll be able to catch, even if you are late, you'll be able to catch the full replay. I'll be able to guide you to that. It's a good 12-month chunk of process that'll allow you to manufacture the best chance of having a breakthrough year, rank advancing, moving past any negative thoughts or actions that you've taken in the past. It's a really useful process. It's guided me to 8 record consecutive years. So hopefully I'll see you on that Facebook Live. As I always like to say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. If you're a subscriber, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a fantastic day, and bye for now.